round of applause once again. Thank you very much, Madam Chairman.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I want to crave your indulgence to permit me to stand on all existing protocols so that we can quickly get to what we want to do tonight. It is my pleasure to welcome us all to the 80th anniversary of our bank, Wema Bank. I've tagged this event the night of gratitude. Our gratitude is built on the solid foundation of God's faithfulness over 8 decades. I will therefore ask that you please permit me to start this address by establishing this in the Word of God, which states that the Lord our God, He is God, the faithful God, who keeps covenant and mercy for 1,000 generations with those who love Him and keep His commandments. So we give God all the glory for what's happening here tonight. 80 years of impact, a future of possibilities. This is what we have called this event. 8 words that so deeply captured the story and journey of this great institution. What we stand on today is a bank that defied the odds in the thick of Nigeria's colonial era, growing from a single room in Yaba to over 150 fiscal branches across Nigeria. Of course, plus the global reach of Africa's fully digital bank, the first fully digital bank, alas. Tonight's event is a celebration of a gamut of traditions. Indeed, we celebrate a tradition of God's grace, of foresight, of resilience, of hard work, of tenacity. Our progenitor marked a significant step towards local financial inclusion and economic empowerment during a time when foreign banks controlled virtually all aspects of Nigeria's financial system. A significant step towards local financial inclusion and economic empowerment during a time when foreign banks controlled virtually all aspects of Nigeria. The confidence and courage to establish Agboma Bank for indigenous Nigerians. That the combination of these traditions was what gave the founder, late Chief Okukwe, the confidence and courage to establish Agboma Bank for indigenous Nigerians right under the nose of the colonial masters. What a solid foundation. Wema Bank's journey is indeed an enigma. And I know that many people present here tonight would like to know, how has Wema Bank continued to thrive even beyond the founder? What is it that keeps Wema Bank going with such determination and drive that impossible has become a myth? Well, the answer is not far-fetched. There is a deep-rooted mission that drives the bank, and everyone has keyed into this mission, from the top management to the lowest level. Not just standing, but thriving. The grace of God, 8 decades, crossed the borders of 2 centuries and touched 2 millennia. And we are still here, not just standing, but thriving. The grace of God and our tradition of foresight, of resilience, and inclusivity got us here. As the first female chairman of this great bank, of very rich history, in 80 years, I'm a testament to our inclusive policy. So, when we speak about 80, we are not just counting numbers. We speak of generations, we speak of seasons and times, we speak of powers and dominions, we speak of different eras, rules and reign, and the navigation through this definition of seasons and years. What then is our story? I make bold to say that greatness flows in our DNA. What do I mean by that? If you look at our history, where we have come from and where we are today, you would have noticed that we dared to dream in the colonial gulag of 1950s. We weathered the storm of the Civil War in the 1960s. We weathered with the oil boom of the 1970s. We grew on the prosperity of the 1980s. We rode on the wings of globalization in the 1990s. We were greatly troubled by the uncertainties and the complexities we experienced at the onset of this millennium with the global financial meltdown, closing the second decade of the millennium with global pandemic. And today, we are navigating the current turbulent and complex world of global tension and rapid somersaults of every metric known in the world of economics and finances, but we are still here. We embrace innovation. We were not mindful of getting our hands dirty to get the job done. We propagated a new world, a new culture of reward. We nurtured the flow of good energy in our workforce, and we allowed the best to breathe. One other aspect of our reasons for this boundless gratitude tonight is that none of these achievements that we celebrate today would have been possible without great leadership. Through the years, Wema Bank has been blessed with the gift of astute leaders who are fully committed to carrying on the legacy, as well as followers who make leadership worthwhile. I am honored to be one of such leaders, and I take this opportunity to say a huge thank you to everyone who has played pivotal roles in building Wema through 8 decades. I want to say a big thank you to the current board members of our great bank for your commitments and for performing your oversight functions dutifully. Thank you. Time will not permit me to make a roll call of our past and present leaders and their contribution to the growth of Wema Bank. But please, at the turn of the century, permit me to appreciate Mr. Shemolo Betui, the great reformer who worked assiduously to return our bank to profitability and fortify the foundation for his successors to build upon. Thank you, Mr. Ademola Adebise, our immediate past MD, for building upon the foundation to take our bank to the next level. Thank you very much. At this juncture, I want to specially acknowledge and appreciate our current MD, Moruf Abiola Hussein, whose legendary vision and a contagious commitment to growth has systemically catapulted our bank to a pedestal where we have become the toast of investors and everyone in our circles of influence. I appreciate you and every member of your team for the excellent job you are doing and will continue to do. Thank you very much. God bless you and prosper the work of your hands. Still, in the corridor of gratitude, and mothers, as shareholders and investors, we call them the owners of the bank, who have placed their trust and support in this bank. Our employees, whose efforts have led us to break records and achieve the impossible since 1945. Our partners, who see the good work we do and make collaboration so seamless. And highly importantly, our customers, who are the lifeblood of all that we do. It's heartwarming to mention that through all our journeys, we have been stabilized by the divine anchor and the relentless efforts of our shareholders and investors, the owners of the banks, of the bank. There was no time we were abandoned as orphans. Rather, we have always enjoyed the constant cheering on of our unseen yet loudly present pillars. So once again, we say a big thank you to our shareholders and our investors and our customers, the various communities and platforms where we do businesses, and our energetic workforce. We also appreciate our regulators, our competitors, and other participants within our ecosystem. Lastly, we appreciate our daddies and mommies present here tonight, our families, our friends who are physically present here tonight to celebrate with us, and our numerous well-wishers who have joined us virtually. Wema Bank stands strong at 80 today because of every one of you. And we are honored to have the privilege of serving you. We mean it in every sense when we say that it is our pleasure. Wema Bank was built to empower people, and on that, we will never, ever relent. We are a formidable institution with an unquenchable thirst for generating impact on lives and businesses across Nigeria, and the numbers speak for themselves. We will continue to champion gender equality, empower the youth to strive, provide support for businesses, opportunities for the career-minded, and services for the underserved. Enable parents to build secure financial futures for their children, and the children to maximize the foundation that has been laid for them. Because Wema Bank is where generations meet, where dreams thrive, and where success is perpetuated. Once again, I welcome you all to this grand celebration of Wema at 80. This is a celebration for each and every one of us, and I assure you that our promise remains the same as always. And what's that promise? We are with you all the way. Please enjoy the evening. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Once again, a round of applause for our chairman. Thank you so much for that excellent speech there.
All right, so a quick note. All right, so a quick note for our other guests that will be coming on stage. We should have announced this earlier. Sorry about that. Please, there's a timer on stage. That's what this is, the screen here. So please, whenever you come on to do anything, please watch the timer, so that we can keep to time. We cannot time our God at the top.
Of course.
So
but we're going to be taking Goodwill messages, but it's important that we mention that.
Exactly.
All right. Now to kickstart the celebrations, to sort of warm us up because we've been sitting for quite a while. We're about to welcome someone to the stage.
Okay.
He gave us Ololufe and we fell in love.
Oh, he also gave us bumper to bumper, and we have not stopped bumping since then.
He gave us so many amazing songs that have had us rotating and shouting, Iskaba.
Iskaba.
Ladies, gentlemen, welcome the one, the only, they call him the Black Diamond, the vocal tsunami. Give it up for Wande Cole.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
WCZ, you know it's so easy. You know easy to do easy. Now who do the busy? Don't go about Jesus. Now we do the beat. Oh, don't go about it. 2 years ago when I was in Mushi, some of them there, you know, hey, listen, what's the low, no flash, no classy, one more, them, let me, hey, enjoy my love, come follow me, spend my money, man, come follow me, spend my, maybe follow me, bumper to bumper. When I stop, make it stop, when I start, make it stop, maybe follow me, bumper to bumper. But we don't stop to the celebrate, follow me, bumper to bumper. If you want to enjoy, follow my bumper, follow me, bumper to bumper. If I tell you, you come to celebrate, follow me, bumper to bumper. Sexy ladies around the world, my lead, follow me, bumper to bumper. To my friends around the world, my lead. No need to ask no question, just follow my lead. To make sure I don't lose it, keep your eyes on me. Let's go. 1, 2, me. That's what I say, Jack, I know. You look good on it. But you're anybody. Someone might go, I can let go. Jack, I know. You look good on it. But you're anybody. Someone might go, I can let go. When you hear the kick, Daddy, are you ready now? Let's go. When you hear the kick, are you ready now? 1, 2, 1, 2. Here comes the young Jazzy, original producer. Let's get in your boy. Keep rocking like that, bro. Here comes the WC, original Black Diamond. Let's get in your boy. Keep rocking like that, bro. Yeah, shit. She said, make a wife, but I get too many girls I look like one. And I die one. And if you see what she wants, say I go buy one. First time we a sight just be like say make a bite go down to sight I go take my time to decipher. Hey, no, we say we just a big mouth. And as you see me, then I can shout. They like the way we just spend cars. And when they see us, all the lady go to them, yeah. Sexy gon' get it. I back it up, boy. Said she gon' sell it. She said she wanna go to the bar, yeah, she gon' get it. You wanna see a boss, how we gon' lick it. One back, one by one. I can hear you. 2 by 2. On the line, wait. Wait, Wema, wait. Are you ready now? One day cold, black diamond, Malik Berry. To all my sexy ladies in the building, baby hello, City Banana, City Echo, Ibili Joa, Ibi Echo, baby come over, don't you worry, Ibi Loa. Hey, she rockin' Versace, you with Nicki Minaj, that's it like she dey fight karate. Hey, I'm on in a Bugatti. Hey, I go buy you Ferrari. You don't get any choice but to marry. Hey, I go give you the khaki. Hey, you be calling me daddy. Shout out to all the beautiful women in the building right now. I'm dedicating this song to you. Shout out to Wema Band. Iskaba. If you have a beautiful lady beside you, let's go. My woman. If I don't forget you, girl, I don't go carry on. Pass me the paper, pass the carry on. I make a picture sexy body in a very young girl. You want the only one to shave my heart away young. Baby girl, don't you do that's a very young. It don't be nothing, but I'ma keep loving you. And I'ma keep loving you. Don't wanna be like all that guys when they take advantage. Just girl, this is it. Yes, I love no be test. Are you ready now? Wema! We're about to turn it up right now. Let's go. Okay. There we go. Let's go. My darling, you wanna lose me, my Coco bilo, coco, what's a bad mini salad? Coco bilo, coco, what a coco, what's a bad mini salad? What's a shake coco? Yes, hello, sir. When the money no dey, I'm no shake bang. When no shake bang, I'm no shake bang. No shake bang. When no shake bang, when the money no dey, no shake bang. the money, Boku, so nice to me. I got plenty money, so much wine for me. That's what change out for me, I don't need this money. I got plenty for you, so much do it for me. That's what change out for me, because you find money, you're beautifully, I want you to see the money, for me. We are down, baby, down. We are down, let's go down. She look like what? Talking loud. We are down, baby, down. We are down, let's go down. She look like what? Talking loud. Okay, Easter. That's what one day go. Seconds like 2 pass, waiting be your compass. Fly you around the world, Maldives and Torini. Buy you 5 Versace, I love you, you're my key. Even if now, Kante, I will still love you, my one girl. Follow bomba to bomba, I go be your defender. When I lose my breath, baby, you'll be my hero. So many things I don't realize. But I put you on a fantasy. If you don't need to sing along with me right now, Wema. Me I don't find like babu, but still love me like this. Even if not taboo, still want me my love. Oh my Cinderella, don't you borrow, I be your umbrella. Let's go. Shaking dance like cologne, sweating money like cologne. Even the beat. 1, 2, 3, show. Iskaba. Thank you so much for having me. I go by the name of Wande Cole, Black Diamond, straight from Nigeria.
What a way to light up the stage. Wow.
Well
I can
done.
see everyone is on their feet. We're already hyped up and excited.
Like
but we
seriously.
promise you that there's more where that came from.
That's right.
Tonight, the theme is timeless elegance. So we're bringing people whose sounds are indeed recognized as timeless.
All right, so before we go on, please, we would like to appeal to all of our media crew. Please, we do not want people clogging up this front. Please, we want you free. At least you've done that now. Please, at whatever point in the program you feel the urge to come here and block the audience, please don't do it. Thank you very much. All right, so going forward, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the non-executive directors of Wema Bank. Please, can we put our hands together for all the non-executive
Lucky Aiyedatiwa. A round of applause for His Excellency. Thank you very much for being here with us, sir.
Yes, so, and my landlord in Oyo State, because I live in Oyo State, I live in Ibadan, by the way. So my landlord in Oyo State is also here, who is the hardworking executive governor of Oyo State, none other than His Excellency, Sheyi Makinde. You're welcome, Your Excellency.
You're welcome. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I crave your indulgence that we all please be seated as we are about to go to the next level of tonight's celebration.
Serious level.
Indeed. Now, when you talk vision, when you talk innovation, when you hear the word excellence and you hear disruption, one name comes to mind quite easily. As we celebrate 80 years of Wema Bank reinventing itself and redefining the way that banking is happening in the country, there's one man who is at the front of this, steering this ship that is Wema Bank. He is, of course, passionate about women and women's affairs, as we see his involvement and his support of the biggest International Women's Day celebrations in Nigeria, powered by Wema Bank. He's also behind the mastermind behind Alert, Africa's first fully
Please, let's
digital bank.
put our hands
Please,
together.
a round of
Put our hands
applause
together.
as I welcome a leader with global credentials. The reason we're all here celebrating the amazing feat of Wema Bank is because he has taken the initiative to lead this bank with vision. So join me as I welcome a leader who isn't just moving with the times, but he's ahead of the times.
Yes, sir.
Welcome the game changer himself.
That's right.
A growth strategist.
Come on.
A leader with global
Come on.
relevance.
Come on.
The one and only
Come
managing director and
Yes.
CEO of Wema Bank, Mr. Maruf Oseni.
Make some noise.
Wema Bank, is that how you celebrate your MD?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It will be a tough act to follow after my chairman has spoken, but it will also be remiss of me not to say certain things. I haven't been in the trenches of Wema for 13 years. With my predecessors, Mr. Oloketui, and my immediate predecessor, Demola Adebishe, screwing on the bolts of Wema to bring it to where it is today. My name is Maruf Oseni. I am the MD CEO of Wema Bank PLC. It is my honor and unique privilege to welcome you all this evening as we celebrate this once-in-a-lifetime occasion as Wema Bank. Nigeria's oldest indigenous bank marks 80 years of excellence. But first, to give honor to whom honor is due, I would love to say I will stand on existing protocols, but I won't stand on no protocols. For if they have heeded our call and have come here today, I think it is befitting that I recognize some of them. So I would like to recognize His Excellency, the Governor of Ondo State, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. Thank you for coming, sir. I would like to recognize His Excellency, the Governor of Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde. Thank you for coming, sir. I would like to recognize the Honorable Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. There are quite a number of distinguished senators here also. I would like to recognize you. Thank you for coming. The special advisors and senior special advisors to the President, present, Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, all the representatives of all our regulatory agencies, the Chairman of FIRS, Mr. Zak Adedeji, all the honorable commissioners present, the Chief of Staff to the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Tayo Ayinde, our royal fathers, our religious pillars from the first estate of the realm, our key investor, our pillar, our father, Chief Kesintin Adebutu and family, our relentless supporter and investor, Chief Michael Adeojo and family, Chairman of Odua Investment Company Limited, Otuba Bimbo Ashiru, all the representatives of our shareholder groups, our special guests, captains of industries across the public and private sector, our friends from the fourth estate of the realm who have told our stories over the years, our esteemed customers without whom we would not exist, board members of Wema Bank PLC, past and present, the chairman, managing directors, executive and non-executive directors. Finally, but not the least, all employees of Wema Bank, past and present. These are the people whose dedication and commitment have made it possible for us to be here today. Thank you very much and welcome. Now, corporate longevity in Nigeria is not common. We see and hear of so many notable companies in the West that go on to celebrate 100 years of existence and beyond. However, here, very few organizations survive their immediate founders. Fewer still go on to thrive and achieve scale. Sadly, this is also true of the Nigerian banking industry, where so many banks have come and gone over the years. Household names, known and respected in times past, are no longer to be seen and only exist in the memories and industry folklore. It is against this bleak backdrop that the Wema story particularly shines. The fact that our beloved bank is even older than our great republic is itself a thing of pride and worthy of celebration. Many who started this journey long after us have disappeared into the history books, yet here today celebrating 80 years in a class all by ourselves. Yes, there are a few banks that started before Wema, but none of them was homegrown for Nigerians by Nigerians. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is said that there are times when there is the opportunity to speak, but there is nothing to say. And then there are times when there are things to say, but no opportunity to speak. But tonight, I believe there is the opportunity to speak and there are things to say. And if you will kindly indulge me, I will take you on a brief journey through time to tell you the inspiring story of Wema Bank, Nigeria's oldest indigenous bank. More than 8 decades ago, a handful of banks in Nigeria were set up essentially to support the mercantile activities of our colonial masters. They had little to no incentives to support local enterprises. At that time, some visionaries saw the opportunity and took it upon themselves to create the first indigenous bank focused on meeting the needs of our people and small and local businesses. Thus, Agbomagbe was born. Now, many in this room may not know this, but the bank took its name from the nickname given to the patriarch of the Okukwe family, who had taken it upon himself to provide a pool of funds to meet the community's needs from his personal wealth. Each member of the community could take as much as they needed, and it was constantly replenished from his largesse. And so, because of this supply, and because it never ran dry, it was named Agbomagbe, the well that never runs dry, the inexhaustible. This spirit has shaped our ethos and has been the basis of our heritage for the last 80 years, providing for the needs of individuals and businesses as encapsulated in our promise to be with our customers all the way. Agbomagbe was founded in 1945 by Chief Eme Okukwe and Mr. A.A. Alade. It was later acquired by the Odua Group, which was managed by the Western Nigerian Marketing Authority. The acronym Wema would eventually become the name of our great institution. But as with every epic adventure, the plot always has a twist. And if you live long enough, you will experience the various seasons of existence, the seasons of ups and the seasons of downs. At some point in our history, the bank was hanging on by a thread. By 2009, we had a negative capital of 66 billion. One could roughly have concluded that there was actually no bank. However, as the great author Paul Kohler said, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you achieve it. Indeed, we got help, from the forbearance and the bailout granted by the Central Bank of Nigeria to the eventual opportunity to downscale our license to focus on regional operations, a critical decision to our survival. Many timely decisions created a unique, though difficult pathway to survival. At this point, I must say, on behalf of the Wema Bank family, a big thank you to our regulator, the Central Bank of Nigeria, for without your timely intervention and support in the past, this celebration today would not be possible. In 2009, Mr. Segun Oloketui took over the helm of affairs, beginning a new phase in our transformation journey. There was an alignment of stars, and things took a positive turn. And from then on, against all odds, we recapitalized the bank, completely paid off our obligations to the CBN, revitalized our brand, and returned to a national banking license. In this period, I had the privilege of joining the bank and contributing my bit to the unfolding success story. Now, having survived the dark days, it was clear that we still needed to do more. We had to go beyond surviving to thriving. But the question was, how? We couldn't outmatch our biggest, we didn't have their balance sheets or distribution networks. So how could we win? What chance did we have? This was where our resilience came to the fore. With our backs, the only way was forward. The fact that there was no strangers to digging deep to overcome difficulties allowed us to embrace the constraints and tap into our creativity, leading to the birth of Alert, Africa's first fully digital bank. With the launch of Alert, Wema rose from the ashes like the proverbial phoenix, and we haven't looked back since. We shocked the entire industry and have continued to chart the course for leveraging technology to power financial services in Nigeria and Africa. We are the pathfinder, we are the trailblazers for all the fintech startups and unicorns that have followed us. Unlocking value for the entire industry are indeed the nation as a whole. Since then, we have witnessed successful, seamless leadership transitions that did not rock the boat, but boosted our momentum. From Mr. Segun Loketui to Ademola Adebise to my humble self, Wema Bank has continued its transformation journey. With time, we have also started to see the impact on our performance. Since the launch of Alert in 2007, we have gone from incremental to truly exceptional growth in performance across all key metrics, from our assets to liabilities to profitability to earnings per share. We have remained on a steady track upwards. And to give you context, in the year since the launch of Alert, we have grown profitability by an astonishing 3,300%. Especially in the last 2 years under my watch, we have grown profitability sevenfold, from 14 billion to 102 billion. We have tripled our share price from 3.73 to 12.35, creating immense value for all stakeholders. But I must say that even with this, our best is yet to come. I would like to express my gratitude to God Almighty for granting the prayers of the founding fathers of Wema Bank. For without their prayers being granted, this bank will not be standing today. He granted them Agomagbe, Ogbeti, Wemagbeti. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the important individuals and groups that have made this story possible. It would be remiss of me not to recognize them on such a historic night, because I am aware of the amount of sacrifice and industry that has gone into preserving the Wema legacy. To our customers, new and old, thank you for trusting us to steward your finances and dreams. None of this would exist without you. To our shareholders, thank you for your steady faith and confidence in us. Thank you for standing by us and giving us the platform to continue executing our shared vision. You were patient with us for 15 years, despite not receiving dividend payments. We turned the tide in 2018, and this growth story is our way of showing appreciation and our promise of an even greater future ahead. I must also thank some of the elders and stalwarts who have given everything to sustain our heritage. His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his foresight and unwavering commitment to the preservation of our legacy. Chief Kessington Adebutu, our major investor who has stood with us through thick and thin, challenging and supporting us to be the best version of ourselves. Thank you, sir. Chief Michael Adeojo, for his relentless support, investment, and constant prayers over the years. Thank you, sir. I must also acknowledge His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, Odua Group, and all the past and serving governors of the Southwest states for playing a significant role in keeping the dream alive. The history of this bank would not be complete without you all, without all you have done for the bank over the years. We owe you a debt of gratitude. Thank you. To departed chairmen, MDs, board members, and ex-staff, whose labor has clearly not been in vain, may their souls continue to rest in peace. Amen. To past board members still with us, we thank you all. To past chairman of the Wema Bank, Mr. Festus Ajani, Chief Samuel Bolarinde, Ambassador Adeyinka Ashekun, and Mr. Babatunde Kasali, thank you for your wisdom and immense contribution over the years. To the managing directors and CEOs who served before me and bequeathed this legacy, this story will not be complete without you. Mr. Tunde Lemon, thank you, sir. Mr. Musiliu Adeleke, thank you, sir. Mr. Adebisi Omoyeni, thank you, sir. Mr. John Abo, thank you, sir. Mr. Mahmoud Laya Labi, thank you, sir. Mr. Shegun Oloketui, the General, thank you, sir. Mr. Demola Adebishi, thank you, sir. You all bore this mantle of leadership with grace. You gave your all and ensured that you did not drop the baton. Thank you. To the board members I've had the privilege of working with in my time, Mr. Ramesh Hathiramani, thank you. Prince Adebode Adefioye, thank you. Mr. Abubakar Lawal, thank you. Mrs. Tina Vukokwashi, thank you. Mr. Samuel Durojaye, thank you. Mrs. Omobosola Ojo, thank you. To the late Chief Okpeyemi Gbadamosi, may his soul continue to rest in peace. To the executive directors I have had the privilege of serving with during my time, Alhaji Nuruddin Fagbinro, Mr. Wole Akinle, my erstwhile deputy, Mrs. Folake Shanu, and Pastor Emeka Obiagu, I say thank you for your service, doggedness, and determination. We weathered many storms together, and the bank is where it is today because of your contributions. Thank you very much. To the current board of directors, ably led, the indefatigable Tunde Mabaanku, Shegun Okweke, and the energetic Kayode Bakari. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing the burden of leadership with me and for making the last 2 years a stellar success. Thank you. However, we have our work cut out to make Wema Bank greater than it is today. To all the partners who have stood with us, helping and challenging us in our journey towards creating collective value and prosperity, I say thank you. Collaboration is a key principle that has driven us all through the years, and we remain committed to working together to build a future we can all be proud of. Lastly, and by no means least, I want to say a big thank you to every employee of Wema Bank. Past and present. Look around you and see the legacy created by your tenacity, your diligence, your creativity, and your commitment to execution. Your continued commitment to excellence has brought us this far, and I say a big thank you. You are all stars. To those who came before, thank you for keeping the flames alive and passing on the torch. To the present crop, thank you for your diligence and commitment. I am extremely, extremely, extremely proud of you and promise to lead you with total commitment on this journey in the years ahead. We have a big and bold vision for Wema Bank. The most important imminent milestone is our return to the top tier of banking in Nigeria. We are not focused on trends and fads that will inevitably pass, and we will continue to push the envelope by leveraging technology to provide financial services that empower Nigerians and Africans everywhere to thrive. Looking to the future, I pray that most of us in this room today will be alive and well when we hit the 100-year milestone. Amen. My confidence rests on two things. First, we will remain committed to the time-tested principles that have kept us thus far: creativity, innovation, and an incurable obsession with our customers. So consider this a post-dated invitation to that event. May Almighty Allah spare our lives. Second, we will continue to invest in the next generation of banking and technology talents. Indeed, we take immense pride in the fact that very few, if anything noteworthy, happen in our banking industry that do not bear the imprint of a Wema employee, past or present. For us, this is more than corporate speak. Our people are our greatest assets, and we're already hard at work preparing the coming generation for the path ahead of them. In Wema, we call ourselves Knights. We call ourselves Wema Knights. This is because we're always skilled and ready to battle the challenges ahead. Our focus is to ensure that no Nigerian individual or business lacks the resources to achieve their dreams and fulfill their God-given potential. We desire that just like us, our investors, customers, partners, and other stakeholders will survive and thrive and have longevity and resilience. This is why our promise has always been and will always be with you all the way. Finally, there can be no genuine, thoughtful, and complete rendition of the history and evolution of banking and financial services in Nigeria without Wema Bank. I have the privilege of stewarding this legacy at this moment in time, and will pass it on, bigger, better, by the grace of Almighty Allah, to the next generation. The import of this responsibility is not lost on me, and tonight I reiterate my commitment to keeping that Wema flag flying. Once again, I say thank you all for being here with us today. God bless you all. God bless Wema Bank. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, is this how you applaud your MD CEO? Thank you. That's more like the energy we're looking for tonight.
See, let me tell you something. People think it is only people who stand in front of cameras who are into filmmaking or into music, and they become very accomplished that they can call superstars. Please, if you believe yourself, after building a legacy and sustaining that legacy for 80 years, and that legacy is still thriving, and you believe that you are truly a superstar for achieving this one fantastic feat, can you please rise to your feet and celebrate every superstar in Wema Bank, especially this amazing man who is steering the ship. This one is for all the superstars in Wema Bank. We see you, we celebrate you. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. And to our virtual audience, we've been seeing the excitement. The energy is electric. Please keep the comments coming. Whilst MD was speaking, I saw a number of comments. Somebody said, MD where they pamper, MD where they bless. MD, the hype for you YouTube is phenomenal. So a special shout out to our YouTube audience. We thank you for being a part of the celebration.
No, you can't blame them now. See the steez of the MD now. As in, I don't understand.
Swag.
When he came, I thought it was one superstar from somewhere that was introduced. We thank the Lord.
He is a superstar. Like the Gen Zs would say,
yes,
MD is giving everything he's supposed to give.
MD is giving steez and composure.
I love it.
As in, seriously.
All right. We, of course, will be telling you some more about the phenomenal work we're doing here at Wema Bank, but would like to recognize a number of individuals here. We have the special advisor to the Vice President, who's representing the Vice President as well. We're going to be reading out a number of these names as we proceed with the recognitions tonight. Right, and I also like to acknowledge the presence of the First Lady of Akwa Ibom State, Mrs. Helen Eno Obareki. Please, a round of applause for her. A round of applause for her. Thank you very much for being with us, ma'am. We would like to welcome the passing of the Special Advisor to the Vice President, who is representing the Vice President as well. Please, a resounding applause for Tola Johnson. I believe we're going to double check that, and when we reconfirm if he's officially representing the Vice President, then we'll give him the official presidential welcome. But we want to recognize the presence of the Accountant General of Cross River. We have Dr. Mrs. Glory Efinong. Please, a round of applause for her. Thank you so much, ma'am.
And of course, I'd like to recognize his presence. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with my eyes, you understand? But I'd like to quickly recognize the presence of the Honorable Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, the distinguished Honorable Mudashiru Obasa.
Sir, thank you very much.
I saw that trademark. I was not sure. You're welcome, sir.
You're very welcome, sir. We'd like to also welcome the former Managing Director of Wema Bank. We have the person of Mr. Omoyeni. A round of applause for him. Thank you so much, sir, for being here.
And also would like to recognize the presence of the MD of the Enugu State Investment Development Authority, Dr. Sam Ogbu Nwodobo.
Thank you very much
Yes.
for being here. We'll continue to do more of the introductions as the evening progresses. But at this point, our MD had told you about the journey of Wema Bank from 1945 to 2025. And he said that he's excited about the next 100 years. But just to chronicle the journey of Wema Bank, there's so much that has been done. The launching of Alert and how we've revolutionized digital banking in Nigeria. Also, we have mentorship sessions for young women within the bank who have been paired with mentors to help them advance in their careers. So much work has been done, and we're not leaving anybody behind. So to take you through the journey of Wema Bank, what we're doing, where we are, and where we're hoping that you'll join us on, we'd like to officially launch our Alert at our Wema at 80 documentary. So I'd like to please ask that we place our attention on the multimedia screen and take a look at this story. And as you make the videos, please post and tag us on social media.
Wema at 80. Thank you very much.
"80 years ago, in 1945, a vision was born. A vision to create a bank for Nigerians that would serve Nigerians, by Nigerians. Today, that vision has not only survived, but thrived, becoming a symbol of resilience, technology, innovation, empowerment, and social impact. A bank that has taken Nigerians through a journey of impact and significance for 8 remarkable decades. Wema Bank has been more than just a financial institution. It has been a pillar of trust and a national pride. A trailblazer in Nigerian banking, shaping dreams and fueling progress. This is the story of Wema Bank, the oldest surviving indigenous bank in Nigeria, celebrating 80 years of impact. It all began as Agwomagbe Bank in 1945, founded by the visionary Chief Matthew Adekoya Okupe. At a time when foreign banks dominated the financial landscape, Agwomagbe Bank was a bold statement, a statement that Nigerians could build and sustain their own institutions. Wema Bank's economic legacy is unmatched, from funding small businesses to enabling large-scale enterprises.
We thank God for inspiring the founders. It wasn't my dad alone, although he was a majority promoter. My mother was there. Then there was also the Reverend Alade.
In an era of change, Wema Bank adapted, grew, and thrived. Through economic shifts, technological revolutions, and societal transformations, one thing remained constant: its unwavering commitment to customers. With each passing decade, Wema redefined banking, embracing innovation while staying true to its roots.
The bank is certainly one of the very, very few financial institutions that you would say have that institutional memory of transformation of banking landscape. It has had its challenges, but then the resilience is something that is worth studying.
It was a period that was very pivotal concerning the making or the breaking of the bank. It was a time of great challenge, and I believe God helped us.
In 2001, Nigeria's banking landscape changed forever. The central bank introduced the Universal Banking License, allowing banks to offer a wider range of services. For Wema Bank, this was a pivotal moment, a chance to expand its horizons and redefine its role in the financial sector. With the Universal Banking License, Wema Bank entered a new era of growth and innovation. The journey was not without challenges. The year 2005 was a turning point for Nigeria's banking sector. The central bank's consolidation exercise forced banks to either merge or shut down.
CBN came to review the loan books of the bank, so they made huge provision that we then needed rather to raise 40 billion in capital. So to meet the capital adequacy ratio, we were able to raise the 40 billion within time frame given to us. And after that, there was nothing stopping us.
For Wema Bank, survival wasn't enough. Thriving required a return to regional banking. In 2009, the bank strategically downsized to a regional license, stabilizing its operations before positioning itself for renewed national growth. Wema Bank made history again in 2017 by launching Alert, Africa's first fully digital bank. Alert revolutionized banking across Africa, offering customers access to seamless, secure, and convenient financial services at their fingertips 24/7.
In 2017, we brought Alert to the market. And the philosophy behind Alert was we had thrown everything we had at Wema. The numbers were improving, but they were not where we wanted it to be. So we stepped back and we decided, okay, what could we do that could differentiate us from the market? And we came up with the first digital bank in Africa.
So Alert, really, the meaning was audacious, limitless, because no boundaries, aspirational, and timeless.
With Alert, Wema Bank didn't just adapt to the digital age, it pioneered it. The platform catapulted the bank to the forefront of Nigeria's financial technology revolution. More than a digital solution, Alert became a movement that challenged conventional banking norms, proving that financial services could be both cutting-edge and accessible to all. Its success didn't just elevate Wema Bank's position, it forced the entire industry to evolve, ushering in a new era of digital-first banking solutions across Nigeria. But it wasn't just Alert. Since 2017, Wema Bank has pioneered numerous industry firsts, solidifying its position as Nigeria's most innovative bank. For 80 years, Wema Bank has built a legacy of unparalleled impact, remarkable resilience, inspiring service excellence, intentional empowerment, digital transformation, formidable partnership, and industry dominance, breaking barriers, fostering inclusion, and empowering all to thrive. With each groundbreaking innovation, Wema Bank continued to transform the financial industry in Africa, introducing newer perspectives to existing concepts, empowering the lives of millions, and proving that innovation is key to sustainable banking. We look ahead, ready to write the next chapter of growth, because for Wema Bank, the future isn't just about banking. It's about possibilities.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for 8 decades of excellence. You can surely do better than that. Please, let's put our hands together for Wema Bank. It's 8 decades. If you remember that there are so many banks that started, some didn't last 5 years, some didn't last 4 years. But here we have a bank who has been thriving, not just existing, but thriving, and is still at the top of its game for 8 decades. I think that's worth celebrating. Please, one more time, let's put our hands together for Wema Bank. Thank you so very much. Okay, so right now, we need to lighten our minds a bit. We need to get some words into our spirits to take us to the next level of the programs for the evening. So please join me. Well done. If it gets me. Go possible. So join me as I call onto the stage a very remarkable talent, no doubt, to take us in a very, very remarkable journey in the spoken word. Please put your hands together and welcome with me, Kehinde Adolo. A round of applause, please. Thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and your excellencies. I'm here to dedicate a special spoken word for this dynamic institution. My name is Kehinde Adolo. A story of resilience, a story of persistence, a story of transformation, a story of innovation and evolution, impacting timeless generation. Wema Bank carries a spirit that doesn't grow old. Let me unveil to you all how our beautiful story unfolds. We have grown through adversity and uncertainty. Banking with courage is our guiding responsibility. From our humble beginnings, from Ebute Meta to Abeokuta to global visibility. Hush. Even business schools don't understand our audacity and our tenacity. Wema Bank, an institution that pioneers customer satisfaction. Wema Bank is seasoned for every season. Wema Bank, a culture that nurtures. And we are going on a mission with a vision, and we are shattering every limitation. So through diverse reforms, Wema Bank has weathered the storms. Alert was born, and the beginning of a digital dawn. And Sarah emerged, championing women's potentials as an essential. At 80, we are stronger, we are bolder, we are tougher, we are better. And we're taking unbelievable steps to inspire, to aspire. I tell you, Wema Bank no dey tire, and we're certainly not ready to retire. At 80, we will stand and shine with the best, and we will stand strong even in the test. At 80, we will expand in length, in breadth, in health, and in good health. At 80, we will spread across the continents of the earth. Wema, Wema, who are we? What are we? Ladies and gentlemen, Wema is the bank for the new era. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Please let's put our hands together once again for that amazing talent, Kehinde Adolo. Thank you very much. Okay, so I would like to quickly recognize these distinguished personalities. Like we told you that we will continue to do that in the course of the program. Please let me recognize the presence of Mr. M.M. Dobb. That's the Commissioner of Finance, Akwa Ibom, representing His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Please let's put our hands together for him. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of our very hard-working chairman of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, my very amazing sister, Honorable Abike Dabiri. Please let's put our hands together for her. You're welcome, ma. Allow me also to acknowledge the presence of the former chairman of the Ondo State Internal Revenue, now member of the Revenue Commission, Tolu Adegbie. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so please, I would like to do this properly. We have the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented here by Mr. Temitola Adekunle Johnson, MFR, who is the Special Advisor to the President on Job Creation and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Please let us put our hands together for the representative of the Vice President. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much. Okay. So, no matter how bad we have it in our nation, there are some things that God always does for us to remind us that we are a chosen people, that the Nigerian project is not a mistake. There are some times that God just drops a gift in our midst to just remind us of how much He loves us as a nation. And when I look at this young man who is about to come on stage right now, when I look at his life, when I think about his legacy, I understand that he is one of such gifts that God has given to this nation, Nigeria, to remind us that He loves us very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if your hands are not too busy, put them together as I welcome one of the most iconic entertainers in the Nigerian space, Mr. Kobams Asukwo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here. I stand on existing protocol. When you grow to be 80 years old, you have seen some things in life. And I want to say that while some might age at 80, and that's fine, and that's all right, Wema Bank at 80 is growing. And that's remarkable, and I think that deserves a round of applause. And so, in honor of that, I'm going to celebrate Wema with this song titled New Beginning. Every victor has a story. Every nighttime has a day. We all have our days of glory. Like we all have our days of shame. Every lifetime has a hero. Heroes rise and heroes fall. I'd rather be a fallen hero than to be afraid to rise at all. Here's to a new beginning. Here's to a glorious end. Strive for a better tomorrow. It may go wrong, it may go right. Celebrate your life. 'Cause there's something good about where you are right now. We all have our days of pleasure. We all have our days of pain. But you can't appreciate the beauty of sunshine if you have never seen rain. We all have our days of pleasure. We all have our days of pain. But you can't appreciate the beauty of sunshine if you have never seen rain. So here's to a new beginning, and here's to a glorious end. Strive for a better tomorrow. It may go wrong, it may go right. Celebrate your life, 'cause there's something good about where you are right now. So open up your window, there's a
asking why. So here's to a new beginning. Here's to a glorious end. Strive for a better tomorrow. Make go wrong and make go right. Celebrate your life, 'cause there's something good about where you are right now. Here's to a new beginning. Here's to a glorious end. Strive for a better tomorrow. Make go wrong and make go right. Celebrate your life, 'cause there's something good about where you are right now. May go wrong and may go right. Celebrate your life. Something good about where you are right now. Thank you. If you're a staff of Wema, if you're a member of staff of Wema, you work with Wema, I want you to put your hands together for yourself. This next song is dedicated to you. It's titled Angels All Around. You're the angels who keep the wheels turning. Let's go. There are angels all around. They are wherever you find me. To be still, don't make a sound. There are angels all around. They are watching over me. Over mountains, oceans, land and sea. So be still, don't make a sound. There are angels all around. angels all around. They are wherever you find me. So be still, don't make a sound. There are angels all around. There are angels all around. There are angels all around.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to leave you with this last song. And this, to me, is what Wema represents. A bridge over troubled waters. And I'd like your rapt attention for this. Thank you. Thank you.
Sail on, silver boy. Sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on the way. See how they shine. Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your mind, like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your mind. I will lay me down. I will lay me down. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, one more time, a round of applause for Cobhams Asukwo. All right, before we proceed, I would like to do something very quickly on behalf of myself and my co-host. Okay. All right, so we'd like to quickly acknowledge the presence of one of our fathers in Ogun State. We first have to apologize for the recognition coming this late. But please, ladies and gentlemen, join us as we acknowledge the presence of the former governor of Ogun State, Chief Olusegun Oshoba. Please, let's put our hands together for him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And now we would like to take a few goodwill messages. We'll recognize some of our very special esteemed guests. When we do, we'd like you to please rise and we'll bring the microphone to you. We are going to take the goodwill messages as quickly as possible. We know that you have so much to say, but Your Excellencies would like to please beg that you help us to limit our goodwill message to 2 minutes so that they will give us our balance. Thank you so much, sirs, for cooperating with us.
All right. All right. Although we're still going to... All right, so I'd like to quickly acknowledge, although we wanted to wait till we call him for the goodwill message, but I think we need to observe protocol and acknowledge his presence properly. So please, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming recognizing the presence, rather, of the Executive Governor of Ogun State. That is my governor. His Excellency Prince Adedapo Olusegun Abiodun. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
So we're still going to call you. Okay, so please call the first person, so we'll go to him.
So we'd like to recognize my colleague and I will be coming into the audience. Your Excellencies would like to please crave your indulgence to help us again as quickly as we can deliver the goodwill message. But when we call you, please rise and I'll bring the microphone to you, sirs. We'd like to... Our first goodwill message will be from Chief Sir Kessington Adebutu. A round of applause for him. Your Excellencies, it's such a pleasure to be in your midst. We'll be taking the goodwill messages because we don't want to stress you. So we're bringing the microphone to you as well. Can everyone please be seated? Thank you.
Baba doesn't have to
Baba,
stand
you don't
up.
need to stand. Please sit,
You
sir.
can sit down, sir. It's a lie. Oh, bah. Please, let's put our hands together for Sir Adebutu Kessington, Baba Ijebu himself. Yes, so that is on his feet, as it should be.
Your Excellencies, I don't know where to start from. And all the governors are my governor. Abeshiwa, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am not used to making an impromptu speech, but since I've been commanded to do so tonight, I have no alternative but to obey. Wema Bank, many of you may not know, originated from my town, Ikweruremo. And because of that, I'm very proud for making my contribution to make sure that bank is still alive. It's a long journey. Maybe I should not mention name. I was summoned by Baba. I won't mention the name of that Baba. And he said to me, this is perhaps the only indigenous bank we have, and we should not allow it to go into the drain. I took up that challenge, and I do all within my power to make my little contribution to make the bank what it is today. I've been privileged to go through 3-4 MD, I think 3, from Oloketui. I think he's still here. Mr. Oloketui, is he still here? Can I have him near me? Mr. Oloketui.
Please, Mr. Oloketui.
Demola. Demola.
He's here, sir.
In-law. Can you join me? And of course, Moruf. You know why I bring you close to me? Where I lie, I want you to tell them all. This man will carry my letter heading, bring to me in London. We write letters and do this and do that. I bet you are. So you've done a very good job.
Thank you, sir.
And God bless you. So I'm very proud of the bank today. And I have a policy which I want to tell everybody. If you want my money, you say you give me a bank reference other than Wema Bank, you're not getting anything. So I want everybody to take note of that today. Every day, this, that. Make sure before you do so, you open an account with Wema Bank. So I'm very proud of the contribution of these 3 managing directors have said. They've taken the bank to a greater height. For quite some time, there was no dividend. But now, I hope the tax people are not here. The dividend is fat, very, very fat. So I thank you all for your effort, for your contribution. And I still believe the sky is the limit. Moruf, these people have done very well. Demola, Shegun. So the baton is now passed to you. Make sure you improve and improve on what you have done. But of course, I'm seeing it already. So I'm very proud to be associated with the bank. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, make sure you patronize this bank. I thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Baba Ijebu just said, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to patronize this bank. Coming from someone like him, tell me what your excuse will be not to patronize Wema Bank. A round of applause one more time for Sir Kesintin Adebutu. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. And just to mention, if you haven't yet downloaded the Alert app, please do so right away. We'll now hear from the Executive Governor of Ondo State, His Excellency, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. A round of applause for His Excellency.
Good evening, His Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I think the chairman of the board started her remarks or speech by acknowledging God. I also acknowledge God first. and I congratulate all of you. Let me also adopt the long protocol list that was established by the MD, because it virtually recognized everybody here, but not without mentioning just few individuals. His Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun. His Excellency, the former Governor of Ogun State. No wonder Wema Bank started from Ogun State, so we have them here, Ogun State. And Babatu, Ogun State. The former Governor of Ogun State, His Excellency, most respectfully, Segun Oshoba, and your amiable wife. Let me also acknowledge the Right Honorable Speaker on those state, Lagos State. I almost call Ogun State. Maybe even have Ogun, because even in Lagos, everybody migrated from one place to the other. And take, I should leave that one, Abi. He said, well, anyway, Speaker, Lagos State House of Assembly. Right Honorable Obasa, I recognize you. Baba Keshintin, Mokiyin Towotowo, and Pa Michael Adeojo. That one is from my own state, Baba Mokinyo. You've been acknowledged as one of the pillars behind Wema Bank. I recognize you specially. All MDs of banks I also recognize. Chairman, the chairman of the board, I recognize, and your MD and all staff of Wema Bank. Let me congratulate Wema Bank family on this occasion of your 80th year anniversary of your establishment. I believe it's been a long journey. 80 years is no joke. You know, you said it all, and your MD also said a lot about the journey. Just like every other life's journey that is marked or punctuated, if you like, by happenings, moments, and events, and you have your fair share of those pleasant moments when it's so profitable, and the other unpleasant one when no dividend was coming, and you downsized, you became a regional bank, and now you are now a global bank. So it's a journey that you have gone through and faced a lot of challenges, especially the environment that we're in before things started looking better. Now, I could recall, I think in 2004, during banking consolidation, the era of mergers and acquisition. You know, there was so much fear here and there, whether some of the banks where we have our little money, whether they will survive or not. You know, but Wema Bank survived. They navigate through. Out of 89 banks, reduced to about 25, if I'm not mistaken, because I used to play in that market too, though not a banker, you know. They survived, navigated through, and today they are thriving. So I want to congratulate you. All the past leaders of the bank who has labored, has taken it to this level, and the current leadership, I want to salute your courage. As the first digital, the one who started digital banking with Wema Alert. You know, it's so popular. Wema Alert, Wema Alert. And all you said is a night of gratitude, impact, and future opportunities. I believe you've impacted so many lives, businesses, and there are future opportunities for all. And I also want to thank you for also providing wider access to credit for all Nigerians, including us. So thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to pass the mic quickly to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ondo State, the man whose name precedes him, Lucky Ayedatiwa, Orimisan. He combines 3 in 1. His Excellency, my political father, the former governor of Ogun State, Aremo Olusegun Oshoba, CFR, and Her Excellency Chief Mrs. Oshoba. The Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Mudashiru Obasa. My father, my leader, an entrepreneur par excellence, the Odole of Ujua, Balogun of Ikperu, Chief Kesintin Adebukola Adebutu, and his amiable wife. Our father, another foremost entrepreneur, Baba Adiojo Ekalesa. Permit me to appreciate a few of the distinguished and eminent guests that are here today, starting with the man of the moment, the Group Managing Director of Wema Bank, my bro, Moruf Hosseini. If you are not doing well and growing the bank, we won't be here celebrating 80 years, and I'll come back to you. I'd like to appreciate the chairman of the board and the entirety of the board of Wema Bank. I also would like to appreciate all the executive directors of this bank who continue to work hands in gloves with the CEO and managing director of the bank. At this point in time, I want to appreciate all Moruf's predecessors who are here today. I've seen Mr. Tunde Lemo.
Your timely intervention and support in the past, this celebration today. In 2009, Mr. Segun Oloketui took over the helm of affairs.
All the members of staff of this great bank, all those who have been contributing their own quota in one way or the other in growing this bank and allowing us to celebrate 80 years of success today. My name is proudly Prince Adedapo Abiodun, the Executive Governor of Ogun State, a son of Ikperu, the town where Wema Bank was birthed, the same town with Chief Kensington Adebukola Adebutu. You know, today has been a very long day for me. This event is my 5th event today. I drove down from Ogbo in Ijebu, somewhere around Ijebu Ode, I left the wakekeeping of one of our elder statesmen. We call him the last of the Titans, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, who we are burying tomorrow. Ogun State is a state of very great men. And that is why I arrived here a bit late. It is not a reflection of how important this bank is to me or to us in Ogun State. Neither is it a reflection of how valued this bank is to us. Again, this bank, we consider it our own bank in Ogun State. We consider it our own bank in Remoland. And as such, there would have been no reason for me to come here later than I had anticipated, but for unavoidable reasons. Today, Wema Bank is 80 years old, and this is a milestone that is truly worthy of celebration. 80 years is no small feat. It's a journey that's marked by vision, by resilience, a journey that is marked by transformation and an unwavering commitment to excellence. Tonight, we're not merely celebrating a financial institution, we're celebrating a legacy. One that has grown from very modest beginnings into a pillar of innovation and inclusivity in Nigeria's banking sector. I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the chairman of the board, the managing director, CEO, and all the executive members of the board and management of this remarkable bank for this achievement. I also want to thank all those who have contributed to the successful hosting of this celebration. Distinguished guests, as I look around this venue, I'm reminded not only of Wema Bank's journey, but also of the resilient spirit of our nation. As we all know, Wema Bank, Nigeria's oldest indigenous bank, is deeply embedded in our nation's heritage, founded on the 2nd of May 1945. It was then called Agbomabek Bank by Chief Matthew Adekoya Okukwe, a proud son of Ikperu and of course Ogun State. This bank has since transformed from serving rural communities of Western Nigeria to becoming a national symbol of progress and possibilities. I take pride in acknowledging Chief Okukwe's visionary leadership and the profound contributions of Wema Bank to Nigeria's economic development and landscape. From becoming a public limited liability company in 1987, listing on the Nigerian Stock Exchange in 1990, and obtaining a universal banking license in 2001, to being granted a national bank status in 2015. Wema Bank's story is one of courage, adaptability, and foresight. You cannot build a great building on a weak foundation. You must have a solid foundation if you are going to have a strong superstructure. Unquote. This timeless quote by Gordon B. Hinckley aptly captures Wema Bank's trajectory. A strong foundation that has enabled it to scale into new heights. Wema Bank's pioneering launch of Africa's truly, fully digital bank, Alert, demonstrates not only its ability to evolve, but also its capacity to lead. This institution has embraced change. It has championed inclusion and extended banking services to millions who once stood outside the gates of financial access. I commend the visionary leadership, past and present, and dedicated staff whose efforts have helped shape this enduring legacy. Your role in supporting SMEs, promoting financial literacy, and fostering innovation cannot be overstated. In other words, in the words of Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Director General of WTO and former Finance Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
sustainable economic development cannot happen without strong financial institutions.
Financial institutions that support entrepreneurship, inclusion, and growth. Indeed, Wema Bank embodies these principles through its relentless support for entrepreneurs and youth empowerment. The dedication to customer service, technological advancement, and financial inclusion has transformed the banking experience for countless Nigerians and significantly boosted our country's economic growth. As a government, recognize and deeply appreciate the vital role that institutions like Wema Bank play in building a resilient, diversified, and inclusive economy. As noted by Christine Lagarde, former managing director of the IMF, financial inclusion is not just a moral imperative, it is an economic necessity. Wema Bank has embraced this imperative with clarity and with purpose. As we move forward, recognize that public partnerships will remain essential. We look to you and banks like you to continue supporting enterprise, empowering youth, and driving digital transformation in the Nigerian economy. Tonight, again, I want to thank the chairman, the MD, my brother Maruf Hosseini, the leadership and staff of Wema Bank PLC, and the entire Wema family on this outstanding milestone. I also commend the organizers of this gala for putting together such a befitting celebration. As we raise our glasses this evening, let us also raise our hopes for the future. A future where Wema Bank continues to thrive, to innovate, and inspire generations yet to come. Congratulations once again on 80 remarkable years. Here is the next chapter. Thank you for listening to me, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that very thorough, detailed speech there. The Executive Governor, we thank you so much for your speech. And we'll still be taking a few more Goodwill messages, and this time we'll be hearing from the chairman of Elizade Motors. Please recognize the presence of our daddy, Chief Michael Adeojo.
A round of applause.
Daddy, we want to hear from you. We cannot gather without hearing a few words from you.
He was also sentenced to 14 years in prison for the attempted rape of the 22-year-old after Justice Sherifat Sonaike held that the prosecution failed to prove that the defendant actually raped her. Kemi Faladiyemo has more.
Andrew Nice was also found guilty of the rape of another woman in 2021 and for the sexual assault of a female medical doctor that same year. Their names cannot be revealed. The state, led by the Director of Public Prosecution, Babajide Martins, presented 8 witnesses, while only the defendant, who was led by his counsel, Abayomi Omotubura, testified in his defense. The court added that even though none of the witnesses actually witnessed the murder, the circumstantial evidence provided by the prosecution through its witnesses to prove the offense was compelling, cogent and unequivocal, that his action of sexually abusing her and then throwing her out of a moving bus around Ogogoro village near Ebuteru, Lagos Island, in a naked state led to her death. The court also says the voice note which Bamishe sent to her friend shortly after boarding the bus at night on the Lekki-Ajah Conservation Expressway, expressing her fears for her safety, implicated the driver as her recording amounted to a dying declaration in line with Section 40 of the Evidence Act. The court held that the defendant, being the last person to be seen with her, ought to have provided credible explanation as to what happened, but instead fled to a remote village in Ogun State where he was later arrested without concern for her well-being, and that his denials amount to lies and an attempt to mislead the court. The court said the autopsy report didn't reveal any semen in her private part, even though his clear intention was to rape her. The court also held that there was no sufficient evidence to prove that the defendants conspired with others to commit the offences of rape and murder of Miss Ayonwola. The court urged the authorities and other bodies who run transport services, including e-hailing cabs, to overhaul the recruitment of their drivers so that all passengers, especially vulnerable persons, are safe always. Justice Shonaike noted that this case is an eye-opener for all, as there could be many other victims who, due to fear or shame, failed to come and testify against Andrew Nice. Kemi Foladiemo, TVC News, Lagos.
Joining me on the news for more on these stories, lawyer, criminal defense attorney Samuel Adeyemo. Mr. Adeyemo, thanks for joining us on the news tonight. Public outrage demanded swift justice for Bamishe, but the family had to endure a painful 2-year wait for justice. What would you say, what do you make of the duration of this trial? Is it possible to balance expediency with ensuring defendants' rights aren't trampled upon in high-profile cases like this?
Yes, thank you very much, Efemi. Thanks for having me. It is often said that justice delayed is justice denied. But there is another angle to it. It is justice rushed is justice crushed. You see, yes, justice must be done, but it grinds slowly, but it surely grinds. That is one thing about the will of justice. So in this situation now, yes, it may have taken a little longer, I think 3 or 4 years or thereabout. But the most important thing is that justice was served. That is the most important thing. You can see the atmosphere. The ordinary man on the street feels that yes, this is justice. Personally, I am satisfied with the judgment, because when you look at all the things his lordship, Justice Shonaike, considered, they are sound in law. Talking about the dying declaration, talking about circumstantial evidence and everything put together, the prosecution did a very good job in this matter. And personally, I am satisfied with the judgment. It's a judgment that can stand the test of appeal.
Talking about justice being served, Nigeria still, retains the death penalty, but rarely carries it out. As human rights activists, do you view this sentence as justice served in that regard, especially with our crowded death row?
Yes, it is very unfortunate that our politicians are not really ready to do the needful. Yes, as to retaining death sentence, personally, I think we even need to extend the scope of death sentence beyond what we have at the moment. There are so many crimes out there, terrorism, even embezzlement. Personally, I think embezzlement should also attract death sentence. So there are so many angles that we need to extend the scope of death sentence, not just beyond murder or all these offenses and felonious offenses and all of that. We need to extend the scope of death sentence. So as for our governors that are refusing to sign it, I think they should begin to do the needful, irrespective of political implications of it, because we are talking about a life that is lost. Yeah, that life cannot be brought back. So many have argued that yes, he could repent and all of that, but then a life is lost already. So I think in this situation, death sentence should be retained, and we should even extend the scope of death sentence beyond what we have now.
Well, globally, other countries of the world on the contrary, abolishing death sentence. But quick one just before we go. The court described the condemned as a serial predator with a pattern of abuse. He had prior rape accusations, yet remained a BRT driver. From a legal standpoint, what accountability mechanisms should exist for employers like the Lagos State Transport to prevent cases like this in the future? Looks like we lost the lawyer. Samuel Adeyemo is criminal defense attorney and human rights activist. We'll get back to that conversation subsequently. In other news, a witness of the federal government admitted at the Federal High Court in Abuja that no weapon of terrorism or violence was recovered from Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, during his arrest on October 15, 2015 in Lagos. The witness, who is an operative of the DSS codenamed AAA, also informed the court that all the items recovered in the hotel room were personal properties of Mr. Kanu. Senior reporter Celestina Area has more.
During cross-examination conducted by Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Kanu Agabi-san, before Justice James Omotosho, the witness said that the recovered items may not be ordinarily offensive, but the intention of the defendant. The DSS operative admitted analyzing the cell phone of the defendant, but the report of analysis was not made available to the court because it is immaterial. In the 10 years that the items were impounded, he admitted the properties may have lost their value and become of no use. He further explained that he did not bring anyone before Kanu to confront him on any issue of terrorism. Mr. Kanu's statement was obtained without the presence of his lawyer, and the statements were not obtained from other persons. There is no other person put on trial by the federal government on account of agitation for Biafran nation actualization. The witness said that he read in the newspaper and social media those backing the defendants in the agitation. He admitted that there were killings in some parts of the country, especially in the north, but the government have been doing its best to stem the tides of the killings. The witness said he would not also know whether the killings were as a result of self-determination agitation. Justice James Omotosho told counsel to Nnamdi Kanu Agabi, senior advocate of Nigeria, to come by way of application before the court seeking the release of some of the items the DSS seized from Mr. Kanu in 2015. The court said though it has been 10 years, some of those items can be salvaged by way of converting them. The court adjourned to May 6th, 7th, and 8th for continuation of hearing. Celestina Area, TVC News, Abuja.
The Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has reaffirmed his administration's unwavering commitment to strengthening the judiciary and ensuring the smooth delivery of justice in the state. The governor gave this assurance during the commissioning of a state-of-the-art magistrates' quarters in Ketu and first of its kind in Nigeria. Olamide Adeyemi has more.
To ensure that justice is administered under a comfortable, safe and secure environment, the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has handed over 34 three-bedroom flats to judges and staff of the Ministry of Justice, as well as the Deputy Sheriff Warehouse. Speaking during the commissioning of the Lagos State Judiciary Magistrate Quarters, Kochofe Ketu, and the Deputy Sheriff Warehouse, Majidun Ikorodu, Sanwo-Olu said that 24 of the three-bedroom flats are for magistrate cadre, while 10 are for the use of the Ministry of Justice.
We believe this is another testament of our commitment to judicial reforms, to our commitment in institutional excellence and service to the people of Lagos. The proper management and secure storage of court records that exhibits, in our view, evidence a fundamental need for the integrity of the judicial system.
It also reflects the commitment of the Sanwo-Olu-led government to upholding the sanctity of judgment in the state court.
As we are all aware, after judgment at the trial courts, matters do go on appeal. In the process, execution probably will have been carried out, goods will have been seized. These goods are left in the open in the past and are left to the whims and caprices of the elements.
The newly constructed warehouse is therefore to provide a secure, organized, and professionally managed space where such property will be properly stored, documented, and preserved at a cost, pending the conclusion of the appeal from the judgment in question.
Amidst increasing public discourse on the welfare of officials in the judiciary, the governor said the newly commissioned facility is part of deliberate effort to provide a conducive working and living environment for officers, thereby enhancing their efficiency and independence. Olamide Adeyemi, TVC News, Lagos.
Still ahead on TVC News at 10, FCT Police Command is fighting rising cases of car theft, arrests 1,600 suspects, recovers 19 stolen vehicles. We have the story and more shortly. Stay with us.
His Royal Highness Alhaji Umar Farooq Umar CON, the Emir of Daura, cordially invites the general public to attend the turbaning ceremony of Honorable Nasir Bala Aminija Oji, Member Governing Council, Federal College of Education Technical, Pataskum, as Adangarang Kasar Hausa. Honorable Jaoji is being honored in recognition of his outstanding contributions to the promotion of education, his unwavering support for youth empowerment, and his deep sense of patriotism and service to the nation. This event is scheduled to take place as follows. Date: Sunday, 4th May 2025. Time: 11 a.m. Venue: Emir's Palace, Daura. Come one, come all.
The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu, CON, and convener of the Nigerian Former Legislators Forum, cordially invites former legislators in Nigeria to the Southeast Zonal Convergence of the Forum, the first historic gathering of former Nigerian legislators to strengthen democracy and shape national development. Date: Saturday, May 3, 2025. Venue: International Conference Center, Enugu. Time: 10 a.m. prompt. This landmark event is where legislators support legislators and the nation. A powerful platform to reconnect, reimagine, and reinforce democracy together. Under the distinguished chairmanship of Senator Ayim Pius Ayim, former Senate President. Guest Speaker, Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, former Speaker, House of Representatives. Guest of Honor, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, former Speaker, House of Representatives and Chief of Staff to the President. Host Governor, His Excellency Governor Peter Mba, Executive Governor, Enugu State. Convener, Right Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu. Announcer, Right Honorable Uko Ndukwe Nkole, National Coordinator.
You're watching TVC News at 10. A reminder of our top stories this hour. Court sentences BRT driver Andrew Mikoran to death by hanging for killing fashion designer Bamishe Ayonwola. Julius Abure-led National Executive Committee of the Labour Party says party